Welcome to this video on objection handling, otherwise entitled, What Do You Mean No? Okay, so they can't not buy from us now, right? Wrong. The truth is there are multiple reasons why someone won't buy from you. And remember, this is the most oft-trodden path, the path of not buying. Most of those reasons have got nothing to do with you and what you're selling. Only a small percentage of your potential clients will buy your therapy, however brilliant it is. So in this video, we are going to explore the reasons why someone won't buy your therapy and give you a really powerful strategy for handling those issues. Why won't they buy? So what kinds of things stop the clients? Can they wait? Do they think they need it? Is it too far to travel? Do they believe you? Do they think their situation is okay? Can they be bothered to change? Maybe they think it won't work, or it won't work for them. Remember that just because on the surface of it, the clients say they want to make changes, they aren't necessarily like you, even if you think they are. We've got a colleague who owns a membership site and he runs workshops for his members. We run workshops for our members. And when he discovered something when he first started running them, which really shocked him. A large proportion of his members didn't turn up to the workshops because of the distance. And he couldn't get his head around this because he frequently flew to the States for events. And some of these people, every one of his members lived within a 100-mile radius. So, he hadn't bargained for that level of apathy from his members, and it really shocked him. But when, of course, he understood that objection, then he could deal with it. And it's all fine. Okay, so let's take those one at a time. Firstly, it won't work. Well, your clients need to be constantly reassured of two things: that this will actually deliver what you say it will. In other words, it works. And they need to believe that they can do it, which is obviously the next objection we're going to go through as well. So the first thing is people need proof that what you're offering works. Now, we're very cynical, especially in this country, about big claims and promises. So only make claims that you can back up. So in other words, over-deliver. There are, in the world of therapy, as in many other business environments, people who promise way more than they deliver. So please don't be like them. It is far, far better to make slightly smaller promises and over-deliver. Provide proof that what you're offering gets results in the form of case studies and testimonials. And we are going to do that. We're going to show you how to get really good testimonials that offer proper proof in some of the later videos. So the next one is, it won't work for me. Here you have to contend with your client's self-doubt, which can be extraordinarily successful saboteur, as I'm sure you know. Even if you've got overwhelming proof that other people have lost weight, been cured of whatever their issue is, they've made great changes whilst working with you, there are always going to be people who say, oh, well, that's all very well, but it won't work for me. And you're less likely to get that objection if you provide proof of progression rather than super quick results. So people need to know that you understand where they're coming from and that there is a path. Okay. If what you're offering is so far away from where they are now, they just simply won't believe it's possible for them. So in this case, inspire your client with stories and examples of success. They work brilliantly well as long as they're believable. Now, if and only if it has happened to you as well. So, maybe you specialize in weight loss and you've lost a lot of weight, then, tell the story of your first success and how you built on it so that they can see your progress and what you had to do to make that progress. That way, they will really get the message that you understand them. And no one goes from zero to hero overnight. If you let your clients think that what you are doing with them is quick and easy and requires no effort, they will, number one, probably not believe you, especially if they're entrenched in an issue. And secondly, they will give up if it starts to get difficult. So neither of those things are things that you want to saddle yourself with. Okay, so the next one is I can wait, or my situation isn't that bad. This is procrastination. And you have to give your clients a reason to act now, not later. I mean, that's particularly pertinent if you sell, for example, online courses, which I'm sure all of you will get to eventually. If you don't encourage them to buy now, you run the risk of them not making the decision, and then their buying decision just runs out of steam. We've all done that, where we think we really, really want something, and then a few days pass and that's it, done. We can't be bothered anymore. Or, they think they can do without it. So remember, we're much more motivated into action by getting away from pain than towards pleasure. So we need to remind them of the pain. I'm afraid we really do. And the consequences of that pain. So remind them that their lives will stay the same or even get worse if they don't act. The next one is, I don't believe you. Well, the truth is, do they know, like, and trust you? Have they even heard of you? If people aren't familiar with you and your business, that will count as a reason why they won't buy from you. So you need to be patient, and keep putting out stuff consistently, which will increase the level of the know, like, and trust. That's why, by the way, we spend the time working on your story and connecting with people at an emotional level. Your potential clients have simply got to believe that you understand them and you can help them. And it's also why it's important to have a video on your website and spend time meeting your prospects. The more presence you have, the more recognizable you are, the more likely it is that people will want to work with you. And we're going to work on your presence very shortly in this step. So this objection can be easily countered by using testimonials. So if you are going to use testimonials, they should be accompanied, if possible, by the person's full name and a photograph, if that is possible. Sometimes with therapy, people don't want to give their name and photo, and that's understandable too. Right, so the next one is it costs too much. When somebody uses this as an objection, it could mean one of several things. They literally haven't got the money, that they don't believe or understand that the benefits of what you've got are worth the money, so you need to go back and revisit the benefits, or that they have one of the other objections, and this is a smokescreen. There are people who say, marketers and salespeople and whatever, say that it's never about the money. And I don't agree that it's never about the money, but it is very rarely about the money. The truth is, and you will know this yourself, if you really want something and you can see how it will help you, you can measure that return on your investment, you will find that money. We've had clients who commit way more than they think they can afford in order to work with us. And that's why they invest time and energy making it work so that they get the return on their investment. So, final one is it's too hard. Have you ever started down a journey that you've then found just really too hard and you've given up? Everybody wants an easy way to do something. And, we're back here to overpromising, because if the promise is that it's easy and then it just isn't, sometimes it's because the person in charge, the expert, that's you, has forgotten what it's like to be in their potential client's position. And therefore make assumptions. So it's a really important thing not to make assumptions. We need to tread the line between persuading people that it's easy enough for them to do and to go through and get what they want, and setting expectations properly. We do not like people who claim to be selling a magic bullet. So now it's your turn. You are going to find a copy of the next 2 exercises below the video for you to download. The first exercise is to brainstorm the top 10 reasons why somebody wouldn't buy your product or service. So they will all fit into those 6 categories. You may discover others, but most of them will fit into those. So the more prepared you are for those objections, the more you'll be able to address them in your sales copy, and the more sales you will make. So the next exercise and the final piece in this section is to brainstorm the best possible answers to the objections using the examples that I gave. Create your own objection bank, remembering that any answer that you give has to have some form of benefit in it. So make sure that you complete all the exercises that we've done so far, and you will be in a great place to now start doing the building of your presence, which is where we are going to next.